God doesn't just bring people into your life by chance. He handpicks the ones who will sharpen your faith, remind you of your purpose, and walk with you in every season. Some people are there to push you closer to God. Some are there to teach you hard lessons. Some walk with you for only a chapter, and some are meant to stay for the whole story. Every person God allows in your life has a purpose to stretch you, bless you, or protect you from something you didn't see coming. So don't cling to people God is removing, and don't overlook the ones He sent to bless you. Discernment is a gift. Pray to see people as God sees them, even when it hurts. Trust that God knows who belongs in your life and who doesn't.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Grab your gloves because we're about to pour some magic. My name is Tammy, and I'm so glad you joined the cast with me today. Let's Resin sent me out a product to review on my channel, and then they sent me some UV resin. So I guess we're supposed to make it with UV resin. I don't know. So let's get in here and see what we got. Oh, we got Let's Resin Tutorial Hub, your free product guide to creative projects. Scan for free expert tips and guides. We got a keychain mold and a bunch of hardware for the keychains. We got some jump rings. So let's get it out and see what it looks like. These are cute. There's even one that's, you can decorate it how you want. It doesn't have a letter in it. These are really cute. But my choice for them wouldn't have been UV resin. But then again, you would be able to make it really quick. So let's see what we can do with them.
I'm going to be using my Let's Resin curing lamp, and I'm going to be using my dark colored UV resin kit. I purchased this on my own. I wanted to try out the dark colored in their UV resin. So I thought we would give these a go. I don't know if you've used these yet, but I wanted to try them out and give you my opinion on them. I'm going to make my keychain first. Now, all the other keychains that I make, they will go in the giveaway on Friday. So whoever wins, if you want to take all of the keychains that I make, you are more than welcome to do that. I'm going to make a few of them, and like I said, they'll be in the giveaway on Friday. And if today is Friday, then it'll be in the giveaway today. Just make sure that you comment under Friday's video. Whatever day that lands on, make sure that's the video you comment under if you want to be in the giveaway. Because that's the video that I gather all of my names from. Friday's video. We do the drawing Monday, Tuesday, somewhere around there, or Wednesday of next week, the next week. I opened up some mica powders over this mold and some glitter, and it's got it. Some of it dropped on top of it. Okay, let's get started. I want to do mine like this. I'm going to get you down. I want to put these little sprinkles right there in the B. So I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol in first to keep any bubbles out. And we're going to add some of this UV resin from Let's Resin. This is what they sent me. I think I might get a little spoon. I think these glow in the dark, if I'm not mistaken. I know some of them in that kit glows in the dark. I received these in Happy Mail. And I know some of them, like I said, glow in the dark. I'm not sure if these do or not. But we'll check it afterwards and see. And we'll try to get these down in here. Just like that. And now we're going to cure that up. Now I'm going to take it and flip it over and cure it on the other side as well. Okay, we're going to flip it back over. And now I want to take some of my inlays that I cut up. These are the ones that I made with the glitter placemat. And I want to place them down in here on the little petal, flower petal. I had to trim some of them up. Now I'm going to go ahead and spritz a little bit of alcohol in there. Hopefully I won't get any bubbles around them. We're going to go ahead and add some more UV resin. Now we're going to cure that up. Okay, I'm going to pull it back up, and then I'm going to put a little bit more clear on it because I want it to go over the inlays I put in there. I want the UV resin to go over those so we can keep the crystal glitter effect on them. All right, I'm going to cure that up. Now we're going to spritz some more alcohol. And then we're going to use the pink, the green, the yellow, and the white. And I'm going to try to use them like right around the petal right here. Well, that doesn't look very dark to me. It said these were dark colors. Now the white looks dark. Whoa! I pulled the cap off, the big cap instead of this one. I'm going to use the white again right here. And then the green right here. And now I'm going to cure that up. I flipped it over and cured the other side as well. Now I want to spritz it with a little bit of alcohol and use the black. Hopefully that will be pretty. Now I'm going to cure that up. I flipped it over and cured it on the other side as well. Now we're going to add clear to the back. I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol and then put some of the clear on the back. And someone sent me these glitters. I don't remember who it was, but they're pretty cool. I mean, they're just different. I don't really know how to describe it. They're beautiful though. I don't know where they came from, but I'm going to get the gold one right here, and we're going to add a little bit of it to the back. And now I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of alcohol. And I'm going to let that alcohol dry before we cure it up. And now I'm going to cure it up. Now let's take it out and see what it looks like. Let's get the inlay pieces out. Well, it would have turned out pretty, but I messed it up. My hand slipped with these and it scratched it. Oh, pooey. If it wouldn't have been for that, it would have been gorgeous. But I'm going to fix it somehow. I may just put some UV resin over it or something. Kind of like dome that. Yeah, that may be what I do. Let's see. Let's go ahead and fix it now. I'll put some UV resin in this cup right here. And then we're going to, I need to sit it down though because I don't want it going everywhere. We're just going to go around it and add some UV resin onto this layer of the petals. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cure that up. Okay, I'm not going to fully cure it. I'm just going to cure it enough to where it won't go down the edges. Then we're just going to keep going around until I get it all covered. Okay, I went ahead and went around the whole flower. And there it is. I think it turned out really cute. All right, now let's pick another letter out to create. We're going to do the J now. I'm going to take some of the UV resin and put it in here. I don't want a lot because I only want to fill up the J part of the mold. And I'm going to take this pink glitter. I don't know where it came from. Like I said, it was sent to me in Happy Mail, so I have no idea, but it's some pretty amazing glitter. Spritz a little bit of alcohol down into the mold there. And I'm going to drop in this right here. And then I'm going to clean my mess up. There's a little bit I dropped right there. And now we're going to cure that up, and I'm just going to cure this up right along with it. Now I'm going to flip it over and cure it on the other side. Now let's flip it back over. And it says these glow. I wrote that on there, so I guess they glow in the dark. So we're just going to pick out some of these. We'll do the little heart, the little sun. Oh, we got to do one of those little cat feet or dog feet. The little bow. And that may be all we can get in there. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put some UV resin down first. So I'm going to spritz some alcohol in there. Put some UV resin down. I seen a bubble, so I went ahead and popped it. Now we're going to add these. I'm going to add this one too. And then we'll do another one of the hearts right there. There we go. Now I'm going to hold this with my stick while I'm curing it so it'll lay flat. Now we're going to flip it back over. I flipped it over and cured it on the other side as well. And we're going to get the pink and the white. And I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol in there. And we're going to try to swirl it. Like put a little bit of pink over here and here and here. And then take the white kind of just swirl it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. And then I'm just going to take my little stick here and try to give it some little wispy woos. There we go. I don't know what it'll look like, but we'll give it a go. Now I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol on it, pop any bubbles, and I'm going to let that dry before I cure it. Now we're going to try to hide this black. So I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol in there. I'm going to drop in some more UV resin. Which we still haven't filled it up yet. It's got one more pour before we fill it up. It looks kind of cute from the back, leaving it like this, don't it? I see a little bubble right there. I'm trying to fill it. Hopefully I got it. Doesn't it look cute from the back like that? I think it does. But we're going to add some of this to the back. Alright, we're going to flip it over. Now we're going to go in with clear. I flipped it over and cured it on the other side as well, so let's take it out. Let's see what we got. Oh, that is so cute. Isn't that cute? Super, super cute. Oh no! We got a bubble. I almost didn't see it right there in that little dog paw right there. Let's see if we can fix it right quick. That's going to be a bummer if we can't. So I'm just going to take some UV resin, get my piece here, and I'm going to build it up. So what I'm going to do, you can still tell. So I'm just going to dome the top part of that flower. You can still see a little bubble in it, but oh well. It's still cute. And it glows in the dark, is what the little thing said, but we'll check them out later when we get done. On to the next letter. We're going to create in the one that doesn't have a letter in it. And I want to put this in it. It says, the first step is you have to say that you can. That's what we're going to put in there. So let's go ahead and spritz some alcohol into the piece here. And then I'm going to get my UV resin down in there. And now we're going to cure that up. I flipped it over and cured it on the other side. Now we're going to add, let's see, this says orchid. Yeah, let's use this. It says orchid. Or, really I'm looking for the purple. There it is. Purple. Should I do purple or orchid? Let's do orchid because that purple may be a little bit too dark. So I'm going to spritz some alcohol in there. And then we're just going to cover the inside petal with this color. Because the outside petal I want to do in a glitter. Got quite a few bubbles in that. So I'm going to spritz some alcohol to get rid of them. And now we're going to cure that up. Now we're going to take some of our UV resin and put it in this cup here. And add our purple glitter. Stir that up. Man, this glitter goes everywhere. See it all over my gloves? It's all in the mold. It goes everywhere. But it is pretty. It's really pretty. And I noticed on our piece right here, it looks like it's lifting. Oh, Lord. I hope that resin don't get under there. I'm not going to spritz any alcohol in there because I'm afraid it's going to get in there. It's lifted. I shouldn't have picked it up. I shouldn't have picked the mold up, and I did. And I only care about getting this on the outside petal. Okay, now I'm going to spritz some alcohol. And then we're going to cure that up. Now let's take a peek. I put this in there so we could just pull the UV resin out. Clean our cup. Now we're going to need to put a little bit of UV resin in here to fill it up. Now I'm just going to run my torch over that. Make sure it's no bubbles. And we're going to cure it up. Okay. Now, I'm going to cure it on this side too, real quick. Now, let's take it out and see what it looks like. I hope it didn't leak. And it did. Oh, pooey. See? But that's okay. We'll just dome that first petal. Yep. That's what we'll do. Well, let's move on to the next one right quick. And this one, I want to try to put my inlay, set my inlay on the back of it and see if we can get a crystal one. But we're going to put these glass mermaid chips that I got from Hobby Lobby in the letter. Let's do the letter C. And there's a little bit of glitter on it, so I'm just going to take some tape and get it out of there. I got a glitter mess on this mold. Now I'm going to take some alcohol and spritz down in there. I don't want any bubbles in the letter. And you don't want to fill it up to the top because you don't want this to run over, which is probably going to be okay, but let's see. I'm looking for one of my tiny spoons. I might could just use this. That's too big of a rock. Actually, I don't want the clear rocks in there because they're not going to show up. So I'm just going to pick those out and put them over here to the side. I want those colored rocks in there. There we go. Much better. Now we're going to cure that up. I flipped it over and cured the other side too. So now we're going to spritz a little bit of alcohol in there. And get our UV resin inside. And I think we might... I wonder if we should do a color or maybe a little bit of glitter in there. What do you think? Probably not. Okay. You talked me out of it. Now we're going to cure that up. Now we're going to, I flipped it over and cured the other side as well. I'm going to spritz some little alcohol in there. And then we're going to go ahead and put some more UV resin in. And that's still a little deep, so we're going to cure that up and then add some more UV resin. And while that's curing, I went ahead and put the dome on the top of this. And I'm going to take the chrome marker here by Let's Resin. And I just want to make a little line on the outside here. I think it would be pretty. Uh-oh. Okay, let me clean that up. Get a little bit of alcohol on a Q-tip here. And then brush it off. I think that turned out pretty cute. Now we're going to take this and flip it on the other side and cure it. Okay, now let's see what happened. We got a little bit of cleanup to do on the outside of it, but let's check it out and see overall what we got. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, let's do our cleanup on it. I'm going to get my safety glasses that Jeannie got me so I don't blow an eye out, because this stuff can be very sharp. See, it's flying everywhere. Okay, I'm going to need something a little bit bigger. And here it is. Turned out super pretty. Isn't that beautiful? But it's missing something around the petals. I wonder if we took the chrome marker, because there is a little bit of silver in there. You see it right there? And go around this one too. Oh, that's cute. Super cute. I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll go on that outer edge too, that outer petal. I think that would be so cute. All right, on to the next. Okay, let's do the D. And no, I'm not doing all the alphabets. We would be here for a very long time. I'm just picking random ones. And I cut out some inlays here from my sheets. This is the steampunk, and then this is the other one. So let's try to put them on the back of some of these. So I'm going to do this one right here. I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol in there and put it in the D. And then I'm going to add some of these flakes. Okay, I flipped it over and cured it on the other side. So now, let's spritz some alcohol, put some more UV resin in, and let's take this dark cyan, I guess the olive green. And the white. And let's move it on top of that resin, UV resin. Kind of make a swirl type with it. And then get my little tool here and just do it like that. And I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol to pop any bubbles. And now we're going to cure that up. Okay, now we're going to flip it back over and I'm just going to get that extra off so it doesn't come off on my piece. Now we're going to go in with some, I want to do another color, but a solid color. So let's spritz a little bit of alcohol. Pick the bubbles out. I keep forgetting that I have a bubble remover. I don't know why. I keep reaching for something else. A bubble wand that Laura sent me. Okay. Let's see. Let's do this royal blue on the back. With the white. And then I'm just going to take my stick here and move it around a little bit. Like that. I'm going to spritz some alcohol to pop those bubbles. Let it sit there and dry a minute. And we may have filled it up way too much. So let's see if I can do a little trick here. I'm trying to let it cure a little bit. And now drop the inlay down. Let's see if that works. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over and cure it on the other side a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take our inlay off. And I think I'm going to put it under the light just a little bit because I think it's a little sticky. Because this isn't, I don't know, I don't guess it's completely see-through like my other one. Okay, what I noticed is that the UV resin came through the hole where you put the keychain through and come out a little bit on this side. But it's still pretty. See, you got the indentation on the back. And now let's just clean up the edge here.
And there it is. Pretty cute, pretty cute. I'm gonna do the R next. And I want to try something using these little bees. Let's see if we can make something cute with those. Let's see. Let's take the yellow and black and put it right here in the R. Like that. I'm going to give it a little bit of a squirt with that. And now let's cure that up. Alright, I've cured it on the other side as well. Now let's take some alcohol. I'm going to spritz it in there, move it around a little bit. And we're going to put some UV resin in there. And then we're going to put our bees down. And these bees, I think there are 2 different bees in here. We have this one and this one. And I'm going to put 3 or 4 in there. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking on that. We'll spritz them with some alcohol. So hopefully they won't get no bubbles underneath them. Okay. I think 3's enough. And let's see. Let's put a little bit of this silver glitter in there. I'm not going to put a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my stick in that UV resin. I'm going to dip it in here. And then I'm going to move it around a little bit. And that's how much we're going to put in there. Okay. Now we're going to cure that up. Okay, now we're going to flip it back over. And now we're going to add the clear resin. Spritz alcohol, clear resin, and the yellow, the black, and the white. So I'm just gonna turn these upside down. Uh-oh, we got a bubble in that bee. Yep. All right. And then we're just going to move those around a little bit.
Just like that. Now let's get it out and see what it looks like. That's cute. That is so cute. Super, super cute. I love this one. Absolutely love it. And I thought I was gonna, oh, I see it. There it is. At first I thought we had it, and then the light hit it a certain way. We got a bubble right there. Yep. I wonder if I can fill that in without having to do that. Which I don't mind it. We can do a top coat over that layer right there. Alright, I accidentally got it slid over off of the petal right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to go ahead and do the outer petal too. So I'm going to take this clay right here and I'm going to run it right up through that hole. Like that. In case we get resin there. Okay, and there it is. I done the top of the R too, so all of it would match. So it turned out pretty cute. And we may go over parts of it with the marker. I don't know. We'll have to see. Now I want to make another one. But it's going to be in the one that we can create ourselves. And I'm going to put Guide Me, Lord in it. So we're going to spritz some alcohol. Let me get you up a little bit. In the mold right there. Put some of the UV resin down. Take our sticker. Put our sticker in there. And now we're going to cure that up. And while that one's going, I'm going to do the L right here. So I'm going to put a little bit of the UV resin down in the L. I'm not filling it up, but I'm going to put just clear down in it. And then I'm going to cure that up because I want to lay some flowers in the next layer. And if I lay them straight on the mold, they're going to get bubbles in them. So we're going to lay that clear foundation down first, the clear resin, and give us a little bit of a foundation for it. And I'm going to cure that up. Okay, I flipped it over, cured the other side too. So now, let's see, what colors do we want to use? I like marbling the colors. So I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol. Let's put some UV resin down in there. And I like it when you put the UV resin down first and then drop the colors on top of the UV resin. It just makes a beautiful effect. Okay, now we're going to try the white and the red. Let's try those. I see a bubble over here. So I'm just moving them to the top. You sure don't get much UV resin in these bottles. And these weren't cheap. I paid $35 for this UV resin kit. And you don't get much in here at all. Matter of fact, I've already used almost all of the... Can't remember which one it was. I think it's the yellow. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to spritz a little alcohol in there. And then I'm going to move it around. Get you down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Whoops, I went down too far. There we go. Now I'm just going to move around in there real slow and easy. You can't do it too much. If you do, then you've ruined it. You just have to do just a little bit and get out. Okay, we're going to cure that up. While that's curing, we're going to go ahead and add the flowers to this one. Let me see. I'm going to add some UV resin. I'm going to try to hold it up here so we can do two at once. I'll spritz a little bit of alcohol in the mold. And now we're going to get those bubbles out of there. Okay. And get this yellow one. And I'm going to keep them right there where the L is at. Trying to find small ones. There we go. And now I'm going to cure that up. Okay, now we're going to flip this back over. And now we're going to spritz a little bit of alcohol in it. Put some more UV resin in. And we're going to add a little bit of this glitter. I don't want a lot. So I'm just moving it around. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to spritz it with some alcohol to pop any bubbles. And we're going to let that dry before we cure it up. because that's going to be our last pour, and we don't want it to be ripply and wavy. And that's what will happen if you put too much alcohol on it and it cures like that when the alcohol's wet. You have to be very careful using alcohol with UV resin. That's why you don't see a lot of people do it. Okay, I think it's dry, so let's go ahead and cure that up. While that's curing up, we're going to work on this one again. I'm going to spritz some alcohol in there. And we're going to put some UV resin in. Now I'm going to go around and make sure I get all the bubbles out. I'm going to spritz a little alcohol to pop them. Now we're going to use the yellow. The pink. And the white. Then we're going to take the little stick right here. It's got something on it. Let me see if I can grab another one. And then we're just going to move those around. If I don't tump it over first. Okay. Now I'm going to spritz some alcohol to pop those bubbles on the top. And now I'm going to cure it up on my other light over here. Let's see how this one turned out. Oh, wait. I think we got enough room in there. No, we don't. I thought we had enough room for another pour, but we don't. That turned out pretty. Guide me, Lord. That's beautiful. We might take a marker and go around some edges on that one too. That turned out really pretty. But the back isn't, I don't know. I might throw a dome on the back there because I don't know, it looks funny. You see there? Could be one of my layers that I used the alcohol in. Let's go ahead and throw a dome on the back of it right quick while that other one's curing. Okay, let's check it out. Perfect. Now that looks a lot better. It could have been the alcohol in that third or second layer. Who knows? I don't worry with it because I can put a dome on it and call it a day. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, here's this one. Oh, that turned out beautiful. Just beautiful. And now you see how we didn't get any bubbles on the flowers because we put that layer in there first of the UV resin and cured it, and then put the flowers behind it. That turned out really pretty. I love how you maneuvered that UV resin and make it into a beautiful design. That's pretty. Okay, now this one, I did the red, the white, and the blue. I wanted to do a 4th of July one. But the red doesn't look so red. So we're going to take it out, and I want to put one of these on there, or I wanted to, but it's not going to look good because it doesn't look 4th of July. The red is pink. So that's not going to work. Let me find something else we can put on there to jazz that one up a little bit. Or should we leave it like that? I don't know. I found one right here. So what we're going to do is just cut it out. Okay, now we're going to lift that off, slide that off, and now we got the whole thing on there. Wow. But we're going to lose some of that. What does that say? Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has something, therefore do not worry about tomorrow. Alright, we're going to put some UV resin on the top of that and give it a dome. And there it is. This one turned out really pretty, didn't it? That's gorgeous. And here's all our keychains. I think they turned out really cute. But I do want to try... Oh, and I made this one behind the scenes. I used it in the same way as we done this one. And then on the back, I purposely let it stay wavy because I thought it was beautiful. You can look through the this side and you can see it, the waviness in the back. I don't know if the camera's catching it or not, but you can definitely see it. I thought it turned out really pretty, so I left it like that. I didn't dome it. And then I went around it with the chrome marker. And then the flowers are in the center. It's the letter I. Now let's get the markers out. I want to try these Arteza markers. So let's go around this one with a pink. Alright, let's try the yellow. Let's go around the L with it. Like that. And then let's go around see if I can fix that. That's cute. Okay, now let's see. I want to go around this one with this pink. There we go. I think that's pretty. Now I'll let it dry and I'll go around this.
right here. I might be able to do it now. There we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, I went around that one with the gold. I think I might go around the outside with maybe the white. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it alone. I think I'm going crazy with the markers. Go get after my lampshades in my house with them. Just start marking everything up with them. But these turned out really cute. Let me know which one's your favorite. And don't forget that these will be in the giveaway on Friday. So if anyone wants them, they can have them. All of them will go if you choose the keychains. You can have all of them. Give them away to your friends and your family. Whatever you choose to do. Sell them, whatever. But I'm going to put the hardware on them. I don't know why they came with these jump rings too. Do the rings not fit through the hole? Let's see. Yeah, fits through there. I wonder why we was sent the jump rings. Huh. I don't know. Maybe they was afraid that this would break the UV resin if you tried to go through there with it. I don't know, but mine went through there just fine. Okay, that's it. I got to drill a hole through this one and this one because I went over the hole in those and this one. And I'm going to get a gold keychain to go on this one because the silver doesn't match. We have reached the end, my friends. I know I have pushed this video way too long. For that, I truly apologize. But I was having a blast crafting with these cute keychains. First, I'd like to mention, I know they look small. Don't let the size fool you. They do pack a punch. There's a lot of room to create inside of this mold. So I really appreciate Let's Resin for sending us this mold out to review on our channel. I would like to note real quick that I did end up having to use the little jump rings that they left in there, provided in the kit, because I don't know if it was due to the inlay I put on the back here that made this one a little bit chunkier, but I could not get that through. I could have put my drill through it, but I went ahead and used the jump rings in there, and I thought maybe that's why they put them in the kit. Second, I'd like to note, if Let's Resin is watching, I wish they would take into consideration that if they would take some of these silver out and put some gold in, it would give us a bigger variety on our hardware to choose from. So I'm very hopeful that that will be changed in the future. And the dark colored UV resin kit, I purchased this myself. I'm not reviewing this today. I was a little disappointed in this kit because the dark colored is what drew me in and made me purchase it. And I just was really hoping for a true red in here, and there's not a true red in here. It says red, but it's pink. And some of the colors were just really, really light. And I thought the whole kit was going to be dark colored. So, I don't know. Do you have this kit? Let me know your thoughts on it. Let's talk about it in the comment section below. It is still a nice kit. I'm not saying that it's absolutely trash. I'm not saying that at all. It is a nice kit, but I was just a little disappointed in the colors. Well, it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends. Don't forget to stay to the end and see who my winner is of the giveaway. Enjoy your weekend.